journey. I'm really grateful to Jais Bank for still talking line with Nancy. I'm committed to empowering you with knowledge, skills, resources necessary to unlock that your potential as an individual as well as a business. And by combining our expertise, we aim to provide you a comprehensively new what's unparalleled as success. In addition to this partnership, let me also say that there is an exciting opportunity for you, especially those of you 2 weeks ago or all through these virtual sessions that we will be engaging in. By actively participating in these sessions of these master classes, you are positioning yourself to reap the maximum benefit. And why am I saying so? It's not just for you to have attended PABAM last September. At the end of this journey, at the end of this virtual journey, you will be empowered. You will be receiving personal mentorship from none other than the esteemed managing director of Jais Bank. He promised us that last September, and he is abiding with it. But how are we going to be choosing the people that he will be mentoring? We'll be choosing the people who will be mentoring as a result of your seriousness to these virtual sessions. We can't just pick anybody for the fact that you came to this to PABAM last year. No, we have to gauge your commitment and dedication, as well as how you are taking through this knowledge. So this is a rare chance for you to really receive invaluable guidance from a seasoned industry leader such as Jais Bank to help you propel your growth to new heights. I said it about 2 weeks ago. If you want to be getting this kind of knowledge, you know how much you're going to be paying for. If you go to a business school, you know how much you're going to be paying for it. But Moneyline with Nancy, in partnership with Jais Bank, is getting this across to you free. This is part of our, not just even corporate responsibility, but the social impact as a show, as well as each and every one of you on this live Zoom session. Tell every other person that that attended PABAM with those that you know to embrace this opportunity fully, engage in sessions, absorb the knowledge, as well as that you were not part of the process with us. So actively apply the insights gained. Remember that success comes to those who sees your problem and got to take action. So without much ado, today to Jais Bank.
I must say thank you to Nancy and Jais Bank to bring me to this wonderful initiative that you are having here. I mean, it's so it's been a wonderful, or let's say a rocky ride for business owners. I mean, this couple of months, and apart from, I mean, I must say thank you to Nancy and Jais Bank to bring me to this wonderful initiative that you are having here. I mean, it's so it's been a wonderful, or let's say a rocky ride for business owners. I mean, this couple of months, and apart from, I mean, from COVID, we actually we had some issues in terms of the fuel scarcity around splash crunch. But I mean, some businesses have been able to survive, while some have actually, I mean, see the rock bottom of whatever it is. My sympathies to businesses that have lost a lot of money, sympathies to a lot of entrepreneurs that have given their best to actually making life better for the humanity. I'm going to start my presentation by am I given the authority to share the screen so that I can share my slide?
Yes, go ahead.
With
You have
the
I suppose you
participants?
have that right. Go ahead.
Okay, I think it's saying also has disabled sharing. So if you can just allow me to do that, please, technical. kindly do that for me, please. So as before we start talking about our topic today, I want us to go, every one of us, to go to the chat box, all the participants. I want to see, I would like to have a kind of a sense of what kind of business do you do presently? And I would like you to classify your business into two. Is it a B2B, which is a business to business model, or a B2C, which is a business to consumer, model. So I want you to do that so that as I'm dishing out the strategies and concerns, you'll be able to know where you fall into in terms of this kind of initiatives, in terms of the strategies and dishing out. But please don't just put B2B. I want B2C. I want to know the kind of business you do. I might not be able to take, okay, thank you so much for giving me that. Okay, I've been able to share. So can you see my screen? If you can do that, please tell me. If you can, please kindly let me know.
Yes.
Can you see my screen?
We can see your screen.
Okay, great. I think, being that this session, I won't be able to go into each and everyone's business, but what I'm going to do is that I'll make sure that I try as much as possible to give a kind of a general, giving general strategies and also kind of concerns that we have in terms of running our businesses. We know the aim of running a business is to make profit, and also which we have a secondary objective of making an impact. But the main aim is to make profits. Without profits, business cannot sustain itself. And that brings me to what I'm going to be talking about, which is going to center on, I will introduce what the lead generation is all about. And I will talk about the importance. I will go straight to the strategies, which we are going to take a lot of time on the strategies, B2B and also B2C. B2B to business, company to company, and also business B2C, which is business to customer, okay, or consumer, anyhow you call it. Now, lead generation is what happens in between the all your processes, after you were able to bring up a wonderful product or service. Now you are looking to sell it. You want to sell your goods or you want to sell your service. So how do you do that? Normal thing that we know is that if you have a good product, then it hit the market. But it doesn't work that way in this digital world. Things have actually changed dramatically with the introduction of a lot of technological advancements that we have actually had over the years. But in this case, what lead generation means is that what happens in between the production and packaging of your goods and services and sales. Every business needs lead generation, because without lead generation, you might not be able to actually do a lot of things in terms of retaining that your business that you're actually doing. Now, I just try as much as possible to summarize what it is here, which I said lead generation refers to the process of identifying and capturing potential customers. Please underline this word, potential customers. I didn't say you've already got to the customer, right? Potential customers or leads who have shown interest in your product or service, right? Offered by your home business. So it involves a lot of strategies and techniques that are actually used in between the process, the product, the services, and sales. Now, I want us to look at this diagram. It's very important to understand this because it's also part of, introducing you to what, lead generation is. Now, lead generation is actually classified into three from my own perspective, because I've been doing businesses for over 10 to 15 years now. And I can say I have more than 4 businesses running on its own. And these are kind of the strategies I actually have applied in my own business, and they actually work, right? So number one, looking at the types of lead generation. We have outbound lead generation. This outbound lead generation is actually being used by the B2B companies, the business to business, company to company, and is always out of reach. When I say out of reach, it means that somebody or a company that you don't know before, they don't know who you are, and you want to reach out to them. How do you do that? There's a word we call cold email, cold messages, cold, all these cold things that we do is that because they don't know you, right? It's not actually not a hit for you. So there are ways of doing that. That's number one. Then when you go to the right side, you see I said inbound lead generation. Inbound lead generation is something that everybody is actually involved in now. You do advertising, you do what we call content strategies, you produce content to have lead capture, to capture leads. You also do what we call people that you WhatsApp messages, all these things. People that already know you, they know what you do, but you want to actually get them in your own selling net. Then the third one we have paid advertising. These, is actually classified into two. We have the traditional paid advertisement, and we have the let's say I'll call it in the layman word, the internet. Let me put it that way, the internet advertising. We have a lot of them. So, but in this case, I'm going to be restricting myself into the internet way of advertising. So some will actually pay to get leads, and we have seen this through some social media platforms, e.g., Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on. That you pay for people to see what you do. Now, it's very important in all these type of lead generations. What we have, the end goal is to sell. That is the end goal. So if your leads are not generating sales, then there's a problem with that lead. And I know there are a lot of people who have had what they call a funnel. Actually, I will not be able to go in depth into funnel, but I will give some kind of a strategy you can use in building a funnel to make it work for you. Now, this is kind of like an engineering work. We can see social media, call to action, landing pages, video, webinar. All of us, we are familiar with this. But the question is, how do we use all these things to our own advantage, which is generating sales? All what you see here, one thing that is peculiar about them is you use them in generating sales. So let me just state, before I go into the strategies, right? Let me just state some of the importance of lead generation. Now, before I go there, the traditional thing we know normally when you have a product, then you start reaching out to people or potential customers that will buy it. But there's a process in between these two, which a lot of people always are not cognizant of, or does not take cognizance of them, or they don't even know about them. Now, number one, we have, if you do your lead generation very well, you will be able to grow your business. You will see a lot of growth in your business. And surprisingly, even Jaisman that is organizing in partnership with Nancy. Nancy always says some things on business. Is it a show that a lot of businesses will definitely tell you whenever they do something, they do it because of they want to get what? Profit. Profit is the main goal of any business. So if you do your lead generation well, you definitely have a very profit, to achieve profit goal. Now, also targeted marketing effort. if you do lead generation well, you this one today, I have not seen sales since 2 days, and you have up to 100 prospects, and you're not even getting one. Maybe because you're not targeting them well, you're not getting the right message out. So definitely, if you do your lead generation well, it's very important. You'll be able to get your targets, your effort will not actually go in vain. Then the third one we have here is sales pipeline development. You'll be able to plan how you sell. It's very important. You don't just bring your product out and say, oh yeah, take. This is 10 naira and buy it. The question is, why should I buy your product? What is the advantage of your product? Are you even giving the right person to buy your product, right? These are the things that, that brings the importance of lead generation. Then the fourth one is customer insight and market research. You see, I think I had one of a kind of a session with a group of professionals whereby they were talking about how they could, get new customers. And I tell them that, look, if you don't have good customer insight, which means that what do they want? What are their needs? Well, sometimes you don't produce or you don't have a service and you say that because of you want it, another person will want it. That's a wrong notion. Then also, have you done your market research? In these two, the process of lead generation would definitely, push you into having the insight and also looking at the market research in beginning your business or in applying all these things into your businesses. So no matter either you are a local business seller or you are big enough, you still need to actually continue to do customer insight, to analyze them, to know who they are, where they are, what would they want next, what are their reactions into your product and services. And the fifth one is relationship building. When you're able to do your lead generation well, you'll be able to build that kind of mutual relationship with your customers. One thing I will say here is that every customer, every product or any company does not want you to just buy once and go. They want to retain you, right? And that's why they will do all it takes to make sure that they keep you, so that anything you want, whenever you think about maybe what your product does, they will actually think about your product. Let me give an example here. Okay, let me use Jais, right? Now, we all know what Jais does. Jais is a bank, a non-interest bank, which actually, give facility, take deposits, right? I give you some of the actual, services in terms of this. But the main thing is take deposit and also to give facility. Now, Jais Bank has all tons of products and services to do this. But one thing they've kept in doing is that if you are banking with Jais Bank, they don't want you to go. They want you to continue banking with them. So what will they do? They will build relationship with you. They will actually look for initiative to please their customers. And that's why you see whenever you enter Jais Bank, they have a wonderful customer relation. Whatever you need, they've opened a lot of online channels to be able to keep their customers, satisfied. So this is one of the good things when you do your lead generation very well. You understand what exactly your customer wants, and you'll be able to capitalize on that to build relationships. Competitive advantage. You are not the only one doing your businesses. Maybe if you think that you are the only one, maybe you have not come across the person that's actually doing the same thing as you do. But if you do your lead generation very well, you will be able to have this competitive advantage, which means you'll be able to foresee what might happen. You will be able to have, do what your competitors cannot do in terms of, getting sales. Then I was just going to mention this, which is higher quality leads. This is just when you talk to 100 people, right? And you need to put it in the right technique or strategy. You see that you will not be wasting your time into sales, because your salesperson, even if you're the salesperson of your company, you know, okay, fine. If I waste too much time on this person might not even want to buy, just want to ask me questions. And after asking the question, or maybe the person does not even understand what the product is all about. So how should I go about it? If I want to talk to somebody that doesn't understand what my product is all about, I will not even tell you more. I will start telling the importance of having you in that industry, having you that sub industry or set of interest. So you will not be able to, level up what interest does this person have, and definitely you'll be able to manage your time well, spend much time with the customer. It's going to be easy. That it's not actually going to be, we have the short term strategies and the long strategies for all this also. Now you actually, one of the importance also is cost efficiency. Instead of you spending money on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you are just putting out all these ads and everything, you're spending money and you're not getting sales. Actually, it's really, really daunting. But all these relies on lead generation. If you don't have the right lead generation strategy, you will not be able to cut that. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'll just continue as I hope they will allow me. Let me continue with my presentation, right? So I was talking about understanding your businesses. So I think if you're able to understand your business and everything, then the first lead generation process offers and value proposition. This value proposition means, what is your unique selling point? What are you going to offer to these people? Are you offering a discount to be able to get people in? You need to actually understand that. Then you will need to do proper content marketing strategy. Now, in your lead generation, there's content marketing strategy, which means that which kind of content should you put out there? Somebody selling tomato and somebody selling cream are not the same thing. I'm not proposing this. I can't propose business on the same level to the same people. If you are selling tomato, and in which we all know how it works. Somebody that is selling cream has much work to do than somebody selling tomato. Content strategy is very, very important. Which kind of content are you going to create to be able to get people, get the attention of people? Then, we mentioned digital age. Digital age, which means that definitely you need to use internet to your own advantage. Now, why do I say that? The issue of you subscribe and you go to Facebook and you'll be watching content, you'll be laughing and everything, you will not be able to make money for yourself. You need to understand, number one, why I have this is to benefit my life, either in terms of education, in terms of getting new skills, getting leads, getting people to buy whatever you have actually. So basically looking at search engine optimization. Okay, so basically when you have when you do the search engine optimization of your website, definitely your content might actually be optimized, not only your website. Yes, you might have your website. Then you do website optimization, search engine optimization for people to quickly get noticed, for you to be noticed on Google or any search engine, either Google, either Bing or what. But if your product is not very, very good and you don't know how to you didn't do your content strategy very well, no matter how you do your search engine optimization, either from your LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or whatever it is, or your website indeed, you will not be able to get the right people to patronize you. Okay, so quickly I move straight to the next one, which is the social media advertising. Now, a lot of people are stuck because they don't understand how to use different social media platforms. Different social media platforms, all the social media platforms have different algorithm that works for them. What I'm going to use Instagram to sell, I might not be able to use it on LinkedIn. what I can use Facebook to sell, Twitter might not do that for me, or TikTok. Okay, so you just need to understand which kind of social media will work for your own business or your kind of business. Let me give an example. If I am selling a consulting business, right, and I want to market it using social media, the best thing to first and foremost do is to look at LinkedIn is one of the best professional place you can sell your consulting business. And the reason is we have a lot of companies looking for the kind of product or the kind of services you are going to be rendering to them, right? So I'll rather concentrate on LinkedIn than wasting my time on Facebook and Instagram. Now, that does not mean that you can't get leads from Instagram and Facebook, okay? But there are different strategies you must use in getting Instagram customers or LinkedIn customers. Using that example again, if you are going to be using Instagram, definitely you need to build a lot of content surrounding what you do, advising people, okay, giving a kind of educational talk around what you do. Let people see your kind of, who you are made of, okay? So people continue to follow you and people see you as somebody they can come in to for advice. That's number one. Number two, if you are using LinkedIn, you can use all what we call LinkedIn leads, where you can structure your emails. We call it like LinkedIn emails, whereby you can send to prospective leads. You see the kind of companies that actually need the kind of service you are actually offering. So it now depends on the quality of that message you are sending. If you are sending it formal, people might not open it. But if you are sending it the right way, people definitely, you might get a lot of opening rate. Now, let me move to the next one, which is email marketing campaign. People overlook this these days. They think it doesn't work. Now, let me use this forum. Before you can join this webinar or any webinar, you need to leave your name, right? You need to leave your email. Now, sometimes they collect your phone number. Now, these three are good information to use in terms of your email. Now, when they get your emails, what they do, you have been seeing a lot of emails coming, maybe follow-ups on the webinars you have actually attended, they are using that as a lead generation. Webinar is a lead generation tool, right? Workshop is a lead generation tool, okay? So when they use that to generate those kind of emails that work, now they will follow you up, they've already educated you on what they are trying to sell you. Now, if they're able to do that, the next thing they do is now to be offering you, creating the best offer for you in your emails. And if you are the type that open emails very well, definitely you'll be seeing 50% discount when you do this, 40% discount and whatnot. So, and these are ways to use it, but a lot of B2B need to understand this email marketing campaign. Now, we have what we call referral programs. Referral programs is not for you, is to enrich yourself, but not really, is a strategy under lead generation. When you say when somebody refers someone to you in terms of, I'm not talking about the MMM stuff, and I'm not talking about the pyramid schemes. What I mean here is that somebody is selling something. Now, I say that if you refer someone to me to buy this product, you will get a percentage of whatever I sell to that person. I'm not saying that. So the person can even count it as a kind of business, which we call, some people call it affiliate marketing, affiliate businesses, but if you do it very well, you become a professional in that. You inculcate it into your own business. Then you see that instead of selling 100, you sell 200. Why? And how much are you going to give to the people that you are selling? Maybe 1% of the profit you've already made. It's better to get more people to buy than to get fewer people to buy at lesser rate. So I think with that, you should also be aware of that. Now, after you do these skills, either you understand your business, you're able to create compelling offers, you create the right content to be able to attract people, you do your SEO, which is search engine optimization. People can get notice of you online, okay? You've been able to have a wonderful social media, strategy, advertising. You are using the right social media platform for yourself. You have done definitely using webinars and other lead generation, going to workshops and everything to get your leads in terms of getting their emails and everything. And you've been able to get all these things in. The next thing you need to do, which these are the main points. You need to nurture those leads. You cannot just have emails and everything because they didn't reply you the first time, then you relent. You can't do that. You need to nurture them. If you've had the first webinar, for example, I'm using webinar because I think we can relate to that. There's no time at my side. You can be able to know who are interested in your products. Now, if that does not work, or you've not been able to get more leads, you can repeat the webinar again, but giving different value proposition. Okay, when you give another different value proposition, you might be hitting the core of someone that, oh yes, I need this thing. How can I get it? Okay, let me listen to this webinar. Okay, and next thing you do, you get other people, then you retain, you nurture the ones that you have. All right, so and you do follow-ups with them. I think this lead nurturing and follow-up strategy will work for you better if you have applied all the necessary things in the funnel. Then the next thing you do is to track, measure the lead efforts. You need to track it. If you are doing anything and you don't have tracking tools, let me give you an example of a tracking tool. We have Google Analytics, okay? We have so much more, but Google is kind of free. Others are paid. You can use Google Analytics to understand how people respond to your product and services, how they respond, to be able to know, am I going to chase these people or this is a dead end? I don't have to. Because if you don't track it, you will not be able to measure it. So if you're able to track that, then you'll be able to measure, am I to spend time on calling Mr. A, Mr. B to be able to set up meetings and land the deals, or to be able to sell something to them, or to be able to sell your services. So it's very important to now track whatever you have been doing. So documentation, you see, documentation, I mentioned documentation at the end because it's very, very important. You need to understand documentation, okay? You need to, the strategy you are using, Mr. A, strategy A might not work for might not work for Mr. B. Basically because you might be selling different products in different geographic location, in different areas. So it might be different. And each and every one of us have what we call individual differences in terms of, I might be a good salesperson. If I apply this, it might be faster to me than somebody that doesn't even know what sales is. So I think that is very, very important. And to conclude, because of time, I don't want this to shut up again. Because of time, it's very important to reiterate this point. The importance of lead generation, which I think you need to take important, is driving business growth. You will increase your sales and have a kind of a long-term relationship with your partnership, which is retaining them. And this is the goal of any business. So I want you to understand, always have this at the back of your mind. Why do I have to do lead generation? It's because I want to fill the gap of non-sales. You want to get more customers. You want to sustain your business, and in a big way. Let me just say, in the long run, make sure that your business, works for you. So thank you so much. Because of time, I will not be able to go too much into this. I want to apologize for having this kind of glitches, but I believe that you've been able to get one or two things from what I've been able to dish out. So thank you so much. I want to entertain your questions at this moment. Madam Buhari, I think I'm done, so we can take the questions now.
Yes, thank you very much. That was a very powerful presentation, and not only our participants. Of course, we also part of the organization enjoyed and benefited a lot. We sincerely appreciate and thank you. I think we can just go ahead to take the comments, question, and answers so that we're able to round it up uh, within the time frame. And inshallah, we'll make sure that by next session, such technical issues are being handled properly. Thank you very much.
Okay, I think what I'm going to do, let me read. I can see some questions in the chat box. If I can, let me just take that. I'll take it one after the other. If you permit me, Madam Nancy, can I go ahead? Madam, okay. All right. I think the first one I can see here is that she said, how do I optimize Google search engine? You see, Google search engine is part of search engine optimization. But what you can do is to get some tools. Let me give an example. If you have a website and you are using either Webflow or you are using what they call WordPress, which are the most popular website builders, you see that there are some plugins that you can get to assist you in ranking well. But the right way to do optimization is to be able, is your content you are putting out. If you have a website or a blog or whatever, and your content is not really giving value, if people are clicking on your content and quickly they are clicking out, maybe it's not engaging and people are not, there's no retention on your content, it means that Google will rank you low. And if Google rank you low, it means you have not optimized yourself. So the content matters, not even the tools. The content you are pushing out matters. If I want to do anything, I must first and foremost know what my audience are looking for. Okay, you push out the right content. If I want to sell any product, I cannot be just coming out and say buy this product. No, I need to find a story around that product. Then you can now write a kind of a blog. If you are not a good writer, you can create video. If you don't want to create video, you can use audio. Because there are ways of actually having a wonderful Google search. And it's not only Google search you look for. You also optimize on other search engines. Also Bing. People don't really, people underemphasize Bing. Bing is very, very powerful if you use it well. So I think it's very, very important, and it's owned by Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft is kind of for a lot of things. So try as much as possible. Pay attention to your content you are pushing out, then definitely you get a wonderful optimized Google search listing. You can rank well on Google. Now, another one here says that this one is a long one anyway. I don't know if I'll be able to answer all. He said, I'm beginning to drive a lot traffic to this zone because of the powerful resource here. Okay, sorry. This is not a question, it's just a comment. Okay, I think one of the things that I'm going to say, do you have a question before I say this? Do you have anybody that has any question? Please, if you do have, raise up your hand so that they can give you the opportunity to ask the question. Do you have any question? Okay. I think, Madam Buhari, if there's no question, because these are the questions I can actually see in the chat box. If there's any other questions, maybe we can actually, okay. Participant raising up their hands. Okay. So, Ladi Apple, please ask your question, please.
Okay, my question is, if you don't have a website, are there any other ways you can generate for lead generation for maybe within your locality or something without a website?
I think everybody just attach websites to lead generation. No, it's a lead generation. That is not the only way, like I've mentioned. even that your WhatsApp that you are doing yourself a favor. I think let people know you for who you are. Then the tools that are peculiar to you, either you are using your WhatsApp or you are using your Facebook or anything, they are all lead generation tools. If you systematically put them in a well positioned way, you can get a lot of leads and even nurture your leads with them. People, you will see anywhere you see, it is easier to actually get customers on even WhatsApp. Very easy. But the way people approach it is very, very different. It depends on, like I said, it depends on how you structure yourself and the kind of business you are into. Let me give an example. If you are into selling of things, and I say this with all humility, not the people that proclaim themselves as CEOs, okay? People that really want to advance themselves. Okay, I'm selling things and this is what I'm selling. First thing you need to learn about them in terms of the kind of content you put on your status or the kind of broadcast you send to them, okay? Let people know you for who you are. This guy, if it's this thing, definitely you get it from him. Then after nurturing them, then start poaching the offers to them. You can also get this at this. If you go to this, you might not get it at this. Limited this. These are the ways that people use in getting their leads. And you see when they buy one from you, they're able to trust you because of the kind of quality. That is when your quality will now actually come to play. When they buy one and they see your quality is nice, oh, this is wonderful. They will, with your lead generation strategy, they will not forget you because you are always giving updates on all those things. So when you update them again, yes, I bought it. I need another sachet, or I need another this, or I need another that, right? You get another one. So you continuously are giving them a kind of way to solve their own problem. So anything they think about the product or they think about that problem, they think about you. Either you are selling something that solves their problem. So anything they think you've already worked on their psyche. So I think you can use other platforms to actually generate leads too. It's not always when you have a website, but it's kind of good when you have a website. It increases your genuity. People can see what you do. They can know where you are from. You know, website is just like your office online. So I think if that has have answered your question. So Leonard Bassi, what's your question? Please go ahead and ask your question. Please kindly unmute yourself, Leonard, and ask your question. Okay.
All right. Hello, can you hear me?
Go ahead, please. Go ahead, please.
All right. Thank you for this opportunity. I was the one that asked a question about event, how to generate lead. I am an event manager, planner, and I know that most Nigerians, we don't really patronize event planners. You know, sometimes before they get to do, they say, okay, my sister can do this, and just with you, oh, get me a DJ, get me a rental person, and all of that. You know, that place of event planning. Currently, I'm trying to formation to possibly create a video content, you know, explaining the importance of event planning. You know, you go to events and you see the celebrant, even sometimes in wedding, you see either the bride or the groom running around making sure people are eating. That is the place of an event planner. Okay, that's the responsibility of an event planner. So, how do you generate leads to make people understand the importance of event planner, you know, for every event? Because they think it's just, okay, this person wants to just come and eat our money, you know. So in that context, how do you generate leads? Because I'm trying to create a content like a YouTube content talking about event planning and all of that. I don't know if that's also a good idea.
Okay. All right. I think to be peculiar to your own industry, which is event planning. What people don't understand is that people will not just call you to come and actually handle their events for them. Now, you have to understand who are the people you are targeting. What kind of events do you do? Do you anchor? Do you plan for? You know, events for conferences are different from weddings. Okay, workshops are different from road shows, right? So you need to first and foremost, which one are you doing?
Thank you very much. That was a very powerful presentation and part of the organization enjoyed and benefited a lot. We sincerely appreciate and thank you